My name is Steve. Welcome back to my shop. This video is the third in a multi-part series that I'm shooting on the rebuild and repair of an S50 Stuart steam engine. In this video I'm going to be drilling the steam passages in the cylinder. When I received this, it was all assembled as if it had been running, but the steam passages had never been drilled, so obviously it was just for show. I've got the cylinder all set up over on the milling machine, so we'll be going over to that shortly, but I'll bring you over to the bench and show you what we're going to be doing. Here's the drawing, and what I'm milling is this little pocket here, which is where the steam passage starts that goes down to the steam port, and it is 7/32 in diameter, and it's offset from the edge of the cylinder 7/64, which is half the diameter. And then the depth on it, according to the next drawing, the depth on it, according to the next drawing, is 3/32. So I have it all set up in the milling machine. I'll take you over there and we'll cut that pocket. Okay, I've got it all set up, and we're going to be going down 3/32, which is 0.0938. So let's get started. 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should do it. Yeah, you can actually see it in the screen better than I can see it by eye. There's a little burr in there which I'll clean off. I take the cylinder out and I'll turn it around and we'll do the other end. My next operation is to drill these steam passages from the pocket that I just milled to the steam port, and they are 3/32 drill, and they are at a 14-degree angle. So I put my angle blocks in the mill. I mounted the cylinder in a smaller vise, and I've got that in the milling vise. I've got that all set up. I'll bring you over and we'll drill the hole. Got a small vise with the cylinder assembly clamped in that, and then I've got this resting on 14 degrees worth of angle blocks. I've got it all set up, and now we'll drill a hole into the steam passage. to go through. Okay, let's turn it over and I'll do the other side off camera. The next hole I'm going to be drilling for the steam exhaust is this hole right here, and according to the drawing it's an 1/8 inch. I've got to drill that through to the steam passage. There is a boss on the casting. Here it is here. You can see it over here. There's a boss in the casting, and I'll center it up on the boss and drill that. But then I've got to counter drill it for a 1/4 inch 32 TPI. So I have that tap right here. And what I need to look up the tap drill for that. So the next thing we'll do, we'll take you over to the mill and we're going to drill that 1/8 inch steam passage hole, and then I'll be drilling for this 1/4 32 tap. Alright, now I've got to drill it for the 1/4 32. The tap drill size for the 1/4 32 is 7/32. So I got my 7/32 drill in here, and now I have to be very careful. I set the depth also at 7/32 to keep from drilling through into the steam passage, and that'll leave my 1/8 inch hole into the steam passage but give me some room to tap. That should do it. Boy, that's awful shallow. I want 7/32 deep to make sure that I didn't drill through into the passage. Unfortunately, it does not give me a dimension on the drawing for the depth of that hole. I'd like to go down a 1/4 inch, but that's going to be risky. I think I'll go down another. I'm at 219 thousandths now. I think I'll go to about 235. Yeah, I don't dare go any deeper than that. Let's take it out of there and see what it looks like. There it is. I really don't want to take any chance on going any deeper. I could go a few more thousandths, but I think it's just going to get me in trouble. going to tap this freehand as far as I can. That's as far as I can go. I don't have a bottoming tap. I can grind, this has got a very sharp point on it. I can grind a little bit off of this without losing my starting taper, and I'll be able to get in quite a bit deeper. I'll bring you back in a minute. I ground the tip of the tap flat without grinding off any of the starting threads. So I should be able to get that about 1/8 of an inch deeper than I was able to before. There we go. Not too bad. I got threads almost to the bottom of it. That'll be enough to get that fitting in. Let's see where we go next. Well, I'm still set up with this tap drill in the mill. I'm going to go and drill the steam chest cover. This was never drilled. They made a spotting drill mark in it at the wrong spot, but they never drilled it through or tapped it. So we'll set this up in the mill and drill and tap this hole. The steam chest cover is mounted in the drill press vise. We're going to drill it 7/30 seconds. We'll take it over to the bench and tap it through with the 1/4 inch 32. I should have taken a flat milling cutter and spot faced this, because that original spot drill actually pulled me off center a little bit. It's not too bad, but function won't be affected. It's just cosmetically, it's a little bit off center for the boss that's cast. I think that once I get the tap through there, it's going to get rid of most of that. Okay. Whether you can see or not, I'll fess up to my errors. The hole is a little bit off center. Say that spot drill, it did pull. I didn't think it would pull the drill over, but it did. So it's a little bit off, but like I say, it won't affect the function. So that finishes up the drilling, machining of the steam passages. You can see through on that one. You can see through on that one, and the threads that are in it. You can see through there. All the steam passages are good. And that, of course, will mount onto the steam chest, which will be, I think it's okay. but that's one of the next things that we'll take a look at. This next operation falls into the sketchy setup category. This cylinder head, which is the gland nut head, has a groove cut into it. And this was pretty much a decorative groove, and it was supposed to be inside the bolt circle. And they centered it in here so that the bolts heads don't sit square. Brian Block, who is one of my regular viewers and commenters, suggested that I should spot face each one of these bolt holes so that the bolt heads would sit flat. But I decided what I'm going to do, since there is no function to this lip that's around here. Hope you can see that. I'm going to turn this lip off and just make the top of that cylinder flat. So there's a little bit of a 5/8 register on it, and I've got it in 5/8 5C 5/8 collet, and I've got it in my hex collet block. I've snugged it up. And I'm going to go put this in my lathe chuck, because I don't have a 5/8 collet for the lathe at this point. I'm working on something, but I'm not ready for it. This I can do right now. So we'll take you over to the lathe, and we'll cut that little bit of a lip off of there. Here's my setup. I've got the collet just grabbing onto that little lip, and it won't stay in there on its own. So what I'm going to do is take and put a little bit of pressure on it with the tailstock, the live center. Put a little pressure on it and see how it turns. That's not too bad. I'm going to move the camera around and you can see the cut a little bit better. Pretty satisfied with that setup. And that'll do it. That'll give us a nice flat surface for the bolt heads to go on. That worked. That's going to wrap up part 3 of my Stuart S50 steam engine rebuild repair. I want to thank all of my subscribers, the new subscribers, the returning subscribers, and if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell so you get notifications as I produce new videos. See you in the next video.